Well, how many of you guys here like cookies? Yeah, cookies. Well, recently my friends performed a delicious experiment. We put a cookie dough in a baking sheet and left it on a car dashboard. It took a couple hours, but the cookies were completely baked. As I broke off a piece of cookie, I couldn't help but think, how would we live today without air conditioning? In a place, it gets as hot as in Oman, where temperatures reaches up to 53 degrees Celsius. One cannot debate the necessity of having AC around. So 5 years ago, the Research Council of Oman do a competition about the eco-friendly house. We was one of the teams in the competition. So the eco-friendly house, it's a house that resembled a sustainable one every way, but it should be improved that it's more sustainable. Our main strategy was passive design, obviously, which including daylighting, natural ventilation, and solar energy. Our team. So now the real challenge was how we can find a resolution, or how can find something alternative to cool the space. And let me tell you, it was hard. We scratched our heads, we argued, we joked, we sweat, despite the AC being on. Yes, it was on, but sometimes though, to go forward, you need to go a couple steps backward. So I figured out that sometimes the answers to the most difficult questions can be found by looking into the past, into traditions, into heritage. So our cooling system is simple, a wind catcher. A wind catcher is a very old traditional cooling system, employed mainly in the Middle East and North of Africa. The wind catcher catches the wind and passes through the numerous shafts, lowering the temperature of the air as it's inside the house. Our design, we had two wind catchers. Why two? One to ventilate the first floor, and second, the attic floor. But you may ask, how would the air flow through all this closed room? When, as I told you, the wind catcher catches the wind and passes through the numerous shafts. So during the testing period of the competition, there is a limit temperature. It has been temperature and humidity has to be maintained inside the place, inside the space. So we was thinking to find a solution for it. I will tell you a funny story about us. As being a typical student, we thought that we could fool the monitors. So what we did, we just bring ice packs and hide it inside our abayas and go inside the building and put it on the wind catcher chambers while pretending that we are just fixing the wind catcher. The house, our eco house. So, of course, we figured out that we was only fooling ourselves, so we stopped spending our energy in cheating and do something that's good or help. Another strategies to help to call the house orientation, minimizing direct sunlight, size of the windows, opening and location, also minimize the sunlight, the direct sunlight, thickness of the walls, minimize the heater, transfer the house. So, and we do all of this. These strategies are not something new for us and has been used in the past. That proves what I said about looking into the past and improve the ideas and the concept from the past. Okay, this is the eco house. Here, the first floor, the attic floor. A part of using those alternative methods of looking onto the past for cooling the house, we also use recycled materials. Coincidentally, the municipality was replaced the electrical wooden post and replace it with a new one made of steel. So we took it and reuse it in our house as a design and facing the housing. Also, we have a gray water system, sorry. We had a building of rainwater to collect the water and use it to nourish the lands and use it to nourish the landscape. Here, some of my friends, we also recycled the wood and use it as a design, modern design, seating outside. Also, we used the excavated rocks as a stone pathway and canal. And this is the ignore electrical reel. It can be, we use it and design it at outdoor table. Oh, that may be a different story, but little Abeer before and now. Okay. Let me tell you that like with any project to success, it wasn't all rainbow. There are many challenges that we faced, but perhaps the #1 challenge was the way the project was understood. Many locals didn't recognize the need of the value and of the eco house that use alternative energy, especially the use of natural cooling system that is not based on electrical air conditioning. It's important to create awarenesses about the other methods and resources that can be used to build a house or building in general, without using the resource or energies that may not even exist in the not so far future. This project opens such a discussion amongst the Dufari community through working with the local companies in the construction of the building, and also having schools visitors to the house after it was built. This project also was to create awarenesses of sustainable housing within local companies, local community. Well, the strongest impact that we have is the experience that we gained and I gained, and the amount of the fantastic thing that I learned through researching, trial and error, not only about the project, but also about myself. As a young woman growing up in Dhofar, there are many glass ceilings you need to break. So, forward the education laid strong basics, but its on-hand experience that had set me free and let me go beyond my own limit. I learned that I can be strong, not today. I don't know why. So I can be strong, independent, and flexible through the hard times. Also not today. So it opened my eyes to a lot of things. The possibility that creative and imagination can turn nothing into something matters. So we now walk with a pride, realizing that each one of us is more than capable to make a difference. We were empowered through the knowledge and give a lifetime opportunity to employ it. There is a fruit in Dhofar University, and it's called Dhofar Eco-Friendly House. Thank you so much, and sorry.